could be... you can't see those. That's secrets. Make new parts. Forgot to name anything, which means all my windows are going to pop up, and I'm going to have no idea what's going on. And my laundry just... Shice. Okay, hang on. I have a scene for this. Shush. Do not listen to your eyes and ears telling you that Bark is doing his laundry in the background instead of doing the stream. Because he didn't plan or time things very well. So you will hear laundry noises in the background of the stream. Ah. Let's see. Okay. Doesn't look too messy behind me. All right. Let's get myself squared away here. Looks like mic levels are working. Camera looks good. Hair looks insane. Here's what I've got today. So this little piece is a mount for my bike block. This bit is what goes into it, and then it slots together like this, and then like wraps around and ties onto your bike frame. That sucks. It's bad. It comes loose. I tried to cut off the excess, but did not read the instructions, and so it doesn't fit very well. I'm going to replace that because it's annoying, and I have to match this interface, which has this really kind of interesting, there we go, this focus. Like it's got little toothy bits on it, and I gotta match those up. So, yeah, actually, let me forgot that I have a camera, so I can actually see what I'm looking at here. That's kind of what I need to replicate is, come on, you gonna show the part, maybe? Focus? I guess it doesn't have to focus, that's fine. But those little toothy bits, I gotta replicate the cavities for those so that I have some way to hold and orient this thing. And then I'm also going to, I'll grab the other bits too. I got a chain-based power meter. These things, this is like a Kickstarter project that some guy's working on, some like Turkish engineer came up with it. Principle seems sound to me. Basically, it measures the differential, like, it measures the chain tension by measuring how much it pulls down on this bit down here, by deflecting it upwards on this little ramp right here. And it seems like it should work, so, but the problem is, the mount for it is just ugly as sin. Like, what are you doing, guys? Come on. Like, I know that this is supposed to be like a cheap project, but I can make a prettier part, so I'm going to make a prettier part. And it gives me an excuse to try and match up and have some more pretty beige components on my bike. So the goal will be, let's see, somewhere in recents. Do I have housing endpoint V2. The goal will be to match the styling of this guy, which I need to change the monitor scene for. The goal will be to match the styling of this. I think I printed on this face, which is kind of insane. Like that's a hard way to print this, but it came out okay on slower settings. So I'm gonna match the same kind of scheme of 4.2, 4.8, having a cavity. I think I will not have the. Let me do a quick slice section here. So on the first, or on the version of this that I printed that I actually, have on the bike, this little bit here, I ended up pushing a whole bunch of plastic out, and it made it just a right pain in the ass to thread the fastener through. So I'm not going to do that on the next one. I think I'll leave a little more open cavity and just mount. You know, pushing in the insert from this side means that it's going to be fine for holding strength for clamping, and that one hasn't moved, and I've been able to shift just fine. So I don't think I'm slowly deforming apart or anything. So without further ado, I think I can just hop to it. Yeah, I'm gonna start with let's do this in millimeters for sure. I did make I already made a new part file. First things first. Oh, music. I forgot music. Is it? That's not picking up the desktop audio default spitif. Hey, there we go. Okay, now it's playing. If that's too loud or if it mutes me, I'll try and keep an eye on chat to make sure that I can fix that. Let's fix my monitors are all max brightness. Yes, they are. And music's not too loud for me either. Yeah, let's hop to it. So first things first, I'm going to do the lock mount because that's the thing that I kind of need to fix first. We're going to be mounting directly onto I have a 1-inch diameter tube that I'm really thinking I should go double check before I make assumptions about how big it is.
Once, and maybe many times before that.
More than half an inch
just like this.
above.
Trying to remember
So I have
how it was.
This is more like 25.5, and you know, tenths of millimeters matter. That fourth thou is really going to make a difference.
So tired of it.
I'm going to leave myself a little bit of a gap here, like an indicator. Say, hey, don't be more than 12.5 millimeters large on top, because I have to. My brake cable runs over the top on the back there, and so it's a little bit. I almost forgot. Hang on, where's my phone?
Lazy wreckages lying empty.
I am going to share this on my Instagram so that people can come find it. Goodness, where's my...
No use.
Where's my dashboard?
No destination.
Where is it?
Waiting.
Ah. I'm so squared away. I hit create stream and start immediately, rather than thinking slightly. And, content, live,
thunder again.
Live streams, 7 days. Why does it not have...
And I was happy.
Oh. No, hang on, it's running.
Missed you.
What the hell? It's running, right? Like, obviously it's streaming, someone's watching, but, what's the live stream? Like mounting hard. Okay, cool. Share. Very not together on this. Hang on. Latest published content. And live you all. Just want to get the stinking link so I could put it on my Instagram. Gosh. How do I send things to my phone? Lots of puttering, lots of just futzing around. Oops. If I'd timed this right, it would have been up on my Instagram first, but... World's most entertaining stream, watching a guy forget how to set up Boink. Okay. Streaming. And that's what I'm doing. Okay, so I've got an idea for how much space I want to leave up there. I know that I've got a... How big is this part? This thing is almost... It's 50-ish millimeters in diameter. 50.2. It's really hard to get a reading of this thing. It's kind of not... It's round in a very annoying way. 50.5. And I think it protruded... I don't know. It protruded from this flat right here, like 13.5 millimeters, so I'll probably replace that with a shorter bolt. But, for the meantime, let's just extrude this guy. Say, mid-plane, 100 millimeters long. This will just be context, so... let's also have a... You know what? There's no reason really not to add... let's see... 25.2... 2.91. Okay. No reason not to also have some context drawn in here for what this thing looks like. What the bottom section does. So we have a... Oops. Yeah. 16.4 millimeter boss. 16.4. 50.5. And I think it was 25.2 on this dimension. That's a little goofy. Come on now. This was 2.9. Pick that line, pick that, say coincidence. And let's see, I think this has to be at least 14 if I want to use the original bolt, which still makes this honestly pretty slim, so there's no reason I shouldn't duplicate that. And I have to change this. Oops, hang on. Got to change this to pick the selected contours, just this one in the middle here. That way, got that. So now I can show this guy. Ooh, you know what I should do? Hang on. Let's trim as construction. Trim those. Make that solid. Add another line down here as a construction. And then if I pick that, oops, sorry, exit sketch, rebuild anyway. Pick this sketch, then hit revolve boss, and then I can pick my axis and my contour. There we go. Convenient. So I've got some number of these little doodly bobs. They are 3.33 millimeters in diameter. And edge to edge, they are about, let's see, 48.05. So let's hide the sketch, hide this body, hide this body. And then I'll pop a quick little circle, circular pattern. How many of these are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Times 4 is 24. So 24. We need these to pattern this guy. That looks about right. Should I say 3.33 in diameter? I can pick the outside here. Say, what did I say? That was 48. Yeah, 48.05. Whoop. Mistype. 48.05. That looks about right. Get up here in the normal plane. And I did not dimension angularity, so I'm going to dimension the first one and add a little vertical line there so that it stays in place. I think that's good to go. All I need to do is add a height now, which should be, let's see, 1.71. We'll just do 1.7. I don't think we care about 10 microns. Oop, not mid-plane, blind, please. I'm a little worried about making sure that I correctly get this depth here. Because, like, this is 25.2 across the whole width of the part. But, it's hard to get a good measurement of... Let's see, that is pretty squarely 3 millimeters. I want to bump this up to 3 millimeters. Unhide the body up there. Alright, so that's what we're working with. There's some like extra funny tapering going on around here, but it's got, I don't know, at best it's got like a little bit of a quick taper in, which I guess I can do that real quick. Gotta get rid of that 50.5 and that verticality. Then I can real quick do that, 50.5, and say that this is a, who knows, we'll say it's 10 degrees. That's a little more realistic. So this is this is the interface that I'm fighting against, so to speak. Looks like we get down to, hang on. So nominally these pins are 3.35. I should make sure that these are kind of oversized just in case. And then we go down to a flat on top that's about, I don't know, well, it's 1 millimeter less. So I've got, don't freeze on me, please. No, hang on. Look at too many surfaces. I got 0.5 millimeter of, not the whole stinking surface, please, just that edge. Can I do internal to feature? I can. There we go. There's our little collection of pins.
I can't remember who.
How do I want to make this look is kind of the next... I didn't really plan super far ahead. So this is going to be a really screwy sequence of blocks. I think I want sort of... I want sort of flat ends out here, coming up to the same sort of... How do I do it on the other one? How did I do this? Because this shape is really screwy. So I've got the side lobe extrusion. Okay, I just straight up extruded a... Oh no, I forgot I did that with a sweep. Ah, that's right, okay. So we're going to do that with a sweep then, so I have kind of a... some planes to work with. How do I want to do that? 15 degrees of taper? How much? This one had like a lot of taper on the ends. Like this angle here is 145. That's a really annoying angle to measure. So 35 degrees. It's kind of steeper than I want. If I look at this from the right plane, go right plane. Oops. Not dimension. Sketch, please. Right plane. Just sort of draw a quick A-frame over this. Who is pinging me? So many people. Who knows? So, add 2... Well... How do I want these points to... Well, let's make these symmetrical first. Symmetrical... Whoops! Gotta do symmetric over here, not mirror, otherwise they're all kinds of funky. Oh, that's weird. Let's see. I want to pick these points too, and if I make them symmetrical, then this will work a little more predictably. So let's say that I have a 20 degree taper out here. Yeah, 20 degree looks about right, and that makes this overhang a little bit interesting, but I think it's still within the realm of the possible. And I can also add some fillets. Didn't bother to check what the actual angle on this thing was. There's like a little, just the tiniest little bit of taper, but it comes up to square, so I can come off this guy square. And the steeper I make this inward, the better these features will come out down here, because it makes this, that, give me a quick mirror. Let's see. Let's get rid of that angle and just sort of pull this in. Quickly chop these guys off. Whoops. Not keep trimmed entities. We still got our symmetrics. Let's see, this can be no more than 12.7. I think I want this to be there-ish. Seems fine. This is actually kind of a lot of space above the bar. If I go back here and look at the side lobe, Oops. I just launched the star sector by hitting the wrong key. If I come back to the side lobe, let's see. You're cut off from printing. Where did I cut out the? Oh, remove cutouts from positive. Okay. So, oh, I must have been hiding them in. Yeah, there's some. No, there's no hidden bodies. Remove cutouts from positive. Did I oh, okay, I see what I did. Let's see, so if I look at this sketch real quick. Nope, not edit. I don't need to edit. If I look at this sketch real quick. Actually, I guess I can tell from within this sketch, you know, what's this distance to here. Shift click. I only needed 9.5 millimeters. That's all the more I needed to make my clamp height. So I'm gonna do the same. Discard changes and exit. Hide my sketches. Drag this back down. I only needed 9.5 millimeters up here, but it's a lot shorter, so it's gonna come out looking a little funky. Oh gosh. Would be nice if this terminus was more like this. I made you tangent. Oops, that's kind of gross. Just make that adjacent and drag this out a little bit. Let's see. I want this, if I normalize, to be 2 millimeters thick, say. Go back and do a quick check of what this radius is, 7 millimeters. Do the same up here. Grab this, and this, and this, and say mirror. Cut off these bits. Five. How much clearance does that give me? If I make this construction adjacent, that's probably like a 5 millimeter. Yeah, okay. So that's the right size for an M4 hole. And now it's just kind of deciding. I don't want this to be any more than 45 degrees, say. And if I make that parallel, ooh, that gets tight. I'm gonna bring that down to like 40. Let's see. And I want this to be no more than. Come on, pick the edge, please. Thank you. Make that 2 millimeters. That is really tight. That's really tight. The more I make this angle, easier this gets. More like 35, that'll look a little more normal. Let's just roll with that. To add an extra line down there is like sort of a terminus for the overall shape. And I haven't really thought about how I want to do this yet. So I have to go back and look at the other one to see how I did this loft. Looks like I just did some circles. Oh, yeah, okay, and guide curves. Okay. So I can add an extra line down here. And this, I'm going to just call this one the control sketch. And I did those square. So I have to do these as ellipses, which is going to be kind of goofy, but that's alright. So we'll pick a quick plane and say first reference, it's got to be perpendicular to the right plane and touching that guy. Perfect. And then I'll do another plane back here, same deal, perpendicular to the right plane, second reference, this guy, oops, perpendicular please, perpendicular to the right plane, thank you. Come back here and do a quick sketch, Sketcherino, draw a quick ellipse. I think I can pick the middle of this line, maybe? Maybe I can't. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just draw an ellipse of some form. Pick that, say midpoint. There should be some extra control points on here. There we go, they'll let me shape it. They're extra goofy, they'll let me shape things. Somewhere around here, there's the extra control point. Ooh, that's, ugh. I'm gonna be doing some really dumb garbage here. Say this is 2 millimeters. Because I do want this to be, like, fairly beefy. It does have to hold a lock that's shaking all the time. Cool, there we go. And then we come over here, do another sketch, add another goofy ellipse, put him on the midpoint, Alt-M, midpoint, thank you. Select the end of the major axis, make it coincident up there. Hit N to be neutral, or normal rather, to the plane. At that point, say 2 mils, fully defined, great. I'm gonna make one more extra sketch on the right plane, just so that I can have a defined control where these guys are lofting. Convert. Yeah, okay, cool. Now, I just hide these 2 planes. Use that menu because it's a little nicer. Do a quick lofted boss. Profile 1, profile 2. Guide curves. This guy add. And this guy add. See what it does. Hey, made a funny lump. That's what I was looking for. Give me my funny lumpy parts. I think I need to... Oh wait, that merged with the... Let's do... yeah, merge tangent faces, but do not merge result. Because I need this as the cutoff later on. In fact, I can add... let's do a real quick normal... Oh, you know what? I can just reuse this. There's no reason I need to have this guy up here separately. Needs to be equal. Cut that out. Make that 5 arbitrarily, really temporarily. And see how big I made this one. 8 millimeters. Goodness. Oh! I gotta be careful about flexing this thing to fit it on. I forgot about that. Oh no. Oh no. Let's make this pretty big. Let's say like 10 millimeters. For now. Because it's gonna need a lot of meat to correctly sort of form. This control sketch is probably complaining because this is... Oh, that's right. Yeah, because he doesn't have a defined point anymore. I'm gonna come back to this one and make this 9.5, and then I can have this guy who's now complaining about, well, the control sketch is complaining because this is no longer defined. This shoot. That is no longer defining. Yeah. Darn. Okay, hang on. I don't think I can actually do that. I gotta go to this boss, and I have to... This one does have to stay construction. These have to get trimmed. That's gotta get reconnected. And I'm gonna adjust the control sketch so that this guy instead relies on... Let's see. Make this point piercing that line up there. Why is it still complaining? Why is it still... Okay, I'll pick the point and then the arc and coincident, then it's all happy. Cool. I don't know how I want to sort of loft up towards in the middle there. Let's do something kind of dumb. Let's do a quick top plane sketch and make this some... Oh, you know what? Can I come to the top and just make it tangent? I'm gonna be... Yeah, let's be extra lazy. Okay, and make another real quick convert entities, give myself a big loop there. I don't need to see sketch 1 right now. Hide this guy and this guy so that nobody tries to attach themselves to anything. And then do a really quick loft from here to here. And that's going to look janky as all get out. It's going to look like a hyperboloid. Yeah, okay, hang on. I need some control. Not edit sketch. Let's pull this up somewhere. I really... Okay, I can't have that lock there. I have to have some kind of controlled... I have to have some kind of Control Sketch to orient everything, otherwise it's just going to look janky as all get out. Because it always does, because lofts just break all the time in SolidWorks. So I think I can pick all these. I've never actually tried this. Yes, it auto-grabs everything. Yeah, cool. Okay, so now I can unhide everything. That's kind of busted. So I'm going to come up to this or this sketch right here. And instead of letting it be tangent, because that's easy, I'm just going to say be 25.4 millimeters, or like 27 millimeters. And then I should probably let's merge with, do not auto select, but just this one, please. That seems reasonable. But a big honkin', probably, what is it, like 10 millimeters, maybe 15, 20. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Yeah, man, that's gonna be a right pain to push over. I should maybe adjust that a little bit, but what if instead I didn't? What if I just didn't do that instead? Let's come back up here real quick, and I'm gonna add a show this, extrude from this plane, quick rectangle, say, oops, nope, come on. Add a real quick dimension that says maybe 15 millimeters, because this is going to have to be pretty wide to safely flex around part. Pick that and that. Say a line. Wow, that's really wide actually. Let's say 12 for now. Then extrude up to surface. Pick back here. Don't merge with anything, but I need that later as a cutout. So now we can come back to the end. And I'll have some way to cut that out on the end. So next up, I need a feature. What do I need? I need a feature to grab to mount all the fastener stuff. So we'll come to the right plane, and I'm just going to do this as a slot. In fact, I think we'll do it before the fillet. No, I'll do that after the fillet. Not that important. Extruded boss. What was I working with? Oh, control sketch. Here we go. Let's pick this guy into the center here and make it co-radial with that. Should give me a nice extruded mid-plane, make it like 30 millimeters wide. That 300 millimeters wide. Yeah, sure. Okay, look more like 30. That's looking pretty reasonable. I think maybe a little narrower, maybe more like 28. Now I'm going to be extremely lazy. I'm going to come look at my... What defined this? Somewhere in my side lobe. I did the side lobe extrusion, but it might have been before... Yeah, I had my clamp features. I'm just going to copy this whole sketch wholesale and pull this over. I don't know why I was trying to control this to be flat all the way out here. I think I had some other... if I roll all the way back here, I was doing a lot of planning based on... I wanted the fastener to be 30 millimeters long for some reason. That's kind of a pain in the ass, actually. But it might kind of be required here, unfortunately, because otherwise I don't have very much meat underneath this. Because, like, hypothetically, that's only 8 millimeters thick, and if I'm using an M4, the head is only... Or the head is... Hang on. The head is 4 millimeters thick, which means I only get 4 millimeters of meat beneath my fastener, which is kind of light. How about I do anyway? Oops, hang on. You auto-merged with everything, and everything got merged. I want to merge with just this guy. Oop. Hang on. Whole bunch of messages. It's whatever. Ooh, that's gonna be... I forgot about... This printing angle is gonna be gnarly. This is probably also gonna be gnarly. Debating whether I try to be slightly more careful about this. Or what if I just trust that the printer could do it? What if I just do that? Probably fine. Okay. I'm gonna go... Let's see, we've got this. Copy this sketch. Go to the front plane. Just paste it in. Drag this guy up. Is this my draft for... Yeah, that's my draft for fastener head stuff. So I don't need this. I think if I make this into a driven, and then just kind of get a little weird with it, or there, make that collinear. Oh, this song's fantastic. Jettison by, and so I watch you buy it from a bar. Really good. Okay, this has to be coplanar here, probably, as just the easiest way to do that. It's 8mm, so it's exactly the thickness. That's kind of dumb. Whatever, we're not thinking about it. 24, so I'll probably have a 25mm fastener laying around somewhere. But I can do this as a revolved cut, just on this guy. You know what, I'm going to tweak this a little bit. I'm going to say start end constraints, normal to profile, or actually not normal to... Hang on. Let's do sketch 8 first, and normal to profile. What? What was that? What's going on here? Oh! Sketch 9 tangency... Shoot. I forgot that that's going to control my angles. Shoot. Oh, that looks so ugly. Oh. Okay, like, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this sketch, and instead of being lazy about it, I'm going to be slightly more deliberate. I'm going to convert these. Oops, hang on, is it already showing? Yes, it is. Okay. Take these. Get rid of this. Pick that. Oh, come on, you're not gonna let me... Why will it not let me produce that? There we go, here's. It's like it was picking some other entities and being very fussy. Exit the sketch rebuild anyway. The loft will break for a second because I gotta clear out the... Yeah, there we go. That looks a lot better. The fillet breaks because of course it does. The edge is gone. That is a sharp that it will not like. There's kind of not a nice way to clean that up. Well, actually that's not true. I can roll back up here. Oh, hang on. Roll back above the fillet. The further, well, God, there just isn't a nice... Okay, I think what I have to do, I think I have to add... Oh, nope. I don't know. Let's do something silly. Let's try just putting a fillet in there. And see... That looks like it'll work. It's not quite happy. It's almost happy. 0 missing references. Click that edge. Yeah! Buttery smooth. I'm just gonna not think about what's happening there. That's fine. Okay, that cut revolve is in. This thing is gonna be a right pain to push on to my frame. It's gonna be so stiff. Oh gosh. I think I can deal with that a little bit in advance by making this only 1.6mm wide on both sides, and that will narrow up the sidewalls to the point where they fail, naturally. Why does this fail now? Is it happier with 15? Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah. If I make this guy... Which one's the big one? If I make him transparent... Yep, all the features are in the right spot. Oh, I still gotta push a... I have to push a threaded insert into the back of that. So I have to leave enough... I have to either leave enough room for the heat cert tool, or give up a die, I guess? I don't know. I gotta have some more room back there. Also, I'm gonna put this somewhere I can see it. I have had tab silliness off on the left, so I can't actually see what's streaming. This is getting pretty close, though. I think this is worth kind of just 40 minutes? That's not bad. Do I want that to be thinner? Really close. Gosh. Maybe 1.2? How narrow did I make it on the sidewalls on this one? Let's see, I had a lot of flex that had to happen, and it happened only through this little bit on top here. Let's see, what do you reference? Hang on. What does make reference sketch mean? What did that do? It said make reference sketch, and then, let's see, here's this side profile control. That looks normal style. Okay, 1.6. 1.6 millimeters thickness. I'll try and keep it consistent on that, more or less. Could be some considerable jankery. I don't know how well this is gonna work. I do need to add a millimeter chamfer right here for the insert, and that's probably gonna be a right pane to insert, just because there's no real nice way to do that. I need to go take a quick measurement of the diameter of my insertion tool, because otherwise I will not be able to put a heat sort on the back of that. 8.5 millimeters. So if I cut out 10, I should be... Oh, actually, 10. I actually already have clearance. So let's do this. Let's add our finishing touch fillets here. Let's see, this is... Why is that puking? It's probably because it's really big. And it's also continuous. So I'm just going to go ahead and combine, subtract, make that the main body, move those bits. That looks more or less correct and should print just fine. I almost wonder if I want those a little bigger. Let's go back and on that extrude, let's make these 3.5 millimeters in diameter. Just a little bit bigger. And let's make it a little bit deeper too. Because the alternative is that it does not fit at all. That would be sad. I think 2 millimeters doesn't leave too little meat on the sides. It gets like a little close there, but if we measure that, it's probably fine. Minimum distance, 0.7 is a little tight, but shush. It's fine. Okay, so we've got these short webs that have to bend quite a lot, but I can alleviate a lot of that by adding fillets in here. Even to the tune of 5 millimeters makes that bend a lot less bad. Pick that, and that. And, I don't know what that edge is. Can I get 5 millimeter? Do I not get a lock there? Why not? Do I have round corner or something selected? How about 3 millimeters? Let's start with 1 millimeter and see if that works. Okay, 1 millimeter works. Yeah, okay, 4 works, but 5 does not. I think I could also have a lot bigger fillet on the bottom here. So we're going to clear these and pick these edges Make these ones, well, maybe these can be 5. Yeah, those can be 5. And then these ones can be probably even larger, maybe even 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50. Keep surface.
Once,
Yeah, there we go. Looking good.
Maybe many times before that.
I think that
We talked.
will probably
just
work.
like this.
It might break horribly, but we'll only find out.
How it was.
Let's see. I think I want this to be even bigger. 10 millimeters or something.
Strangers again.
If I go and look at the finished version of this,
So
this
tired.
had a 4mm fillet on the inside, which
All
is
those ideas
enough, probably.
just abandoned.
This is only 5. Maybe like 8 even. I really want
They're creaking
to make
away,
sure this one
eaten
works.
away by the salt.
I need to add.
Lazy wreckage
See,
is
so from
lying
this face
empty,
up to, or sorry, from this face up to
still
here.
floating their course.
Come on, give me a measure, please. Thank
By
you.
a great
Not
retreat.
center to center, but minimum. 14 mils should be just enough.
No use,
And I bet if I go back and change that now,
no
it'll all break
destination.
horribly. Hey, it didn't break horribly. Check that
Waiting.
out. Isn't that nice? How kind of it.
Just like
Um,
we did.
Hey, wait a minute. Why is that looking unsymmetrical? Why are you doing that?
And the warm air smelled
What's up with
of
that?
thunder again.
Why are you always symmetric? Can I start end constraints? I didn't do anything in there. It just is asymmetrical for some reason. Oh, hang on. Because this fillet is not
I've missed you.
obeying edge parameters. Keep edge, please. Yeah, check that out. That's kind of weird. Well, that actually isn't really important to anything. I can delete it and then, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come back to this guy and shrink him a little bit and have him be not on the center line. Oh, is it already outside of the range? Dagnabbit. Hang on. Oh no, that's alright. It's just fine, in fact. These fillets are freaking out because... Oh, this guy decided to merge with silliness. Okay, that's happy now. Let's put a quick dimension on this sketch just so we're fully defined. Say 10 mils. Should be enough. And it is too much. Okay, let's... Here's what I'm gonna do. Instead of giving that dimension, I'm gonna make this coincident here, so that this edge right here is at like the fattest part, and it doesn't protrude, which is what I want. So that looks good now. And if I put a fillet on this, oh my gosh, it really just is having a bad hair day. It seems to be happy there. There's 30 millimeters. Yeah, that looks okay. Yeah, this is going to be a true test of the permissible overhang of my printer. But, you know, there's only one way to find out. So, let's do a quick, I'm going to cut from, hang on, yeah, convert, extruded, offset, let's say like 10 millimeters in. Flip the offset up next. Whoops, that just cut a hole straight through. That is the wrong direction. Other direction, please. Thank you. Up to next should only cut out a little cavity right there. Now we come grab our dimensions from here, which were a 4.8 millimeter hole. I'm just going to do that with a hole wizard. Don't need to be clever about it. And these are all dowel holes and not drill sizes. No, 4.8 and near side countersink. I think I did 5.8. Is this hole in the right 5.8. I think this is 6.8. Yeah. So let's do that instead. It's 6.8. Give myself plenty of room. I'm gonna end up burning the inside of this, and it's just fine. Just is what it is. There's not gonna be any. Oh wait, is that gonna be hard to print? It is, because it's gonna be upside down and weird. Okay, let's add a fillet there, to the tune of maybe like 20 mils. Try and round that up a little bit. Looks like it's having some. Like keep surface. Ew, gross. Ugh. Let's not do that. Actually, let's do. Hang on. Let's do a. Or no, hang on. Ah. Let's do a little floor fillet in here. That should be good. And let's 4 mils maybe, smallish. And then make this one 10 or 15. If I come and look at a side profile, now I don't have any gnarly overhangs, and I can even bump this up to probably 20 millimeters and be just fine. And the only part of the overhang that'll be crunchy will be right in here at this point, and the rest of it should print just fine. I'm gonna double check the diameter of this boss before I send this guy out to print. 16.4. And I have 16.4. Let's add a little bit of room on that, just because, I don't know, I have how to screw everything up. Let's make this 16.6. That should be enough. 8 thou in the diameter should be plenty. Yeah, I like this. I think this will work just fine. Now, last thought, what if I put this on my seat post instead? How big's my seat post? The down to the seat post. So if I make this 29 millimeters, does everything break? Nope, just regenerates and is a little bit bigger. And we have one broken fillet because fillets love breaking more than they love life itself. Oh, that's right, because this guy has to get a little bigger. You know what? I'll make it. What was it? It's 25.5, so I'll make it whatever this. D1 at sketch 1 plus 2.5. D1 at sketch 1 plus 2.5 millimeters. And sick. Cool. And these are now complaining for some reason. I'll make them only 4 millimeters maybe. Why are you complaining now? Keep edge, keep surface. Okay, keep surface, it seems to be happy with that. So let's see if I can do, yeah, 5 with keep surface, and of course it's just fine. Madness. Do I want to put this on the seat tube? Hey. Yes, okay. I think I want to put this on my seat tube because I think that's cooler. So I'm going to have it printed. I'm going to print it on this larger diameter. Man, that is really going to be pushing the limits. Let's do this as like 30, and that'll soften up that edge a lot. Yeah. Can I make this a lot bigger, like 10? I can. That should help with some of the overhang there. This will be a little screwy to drop an insert into, but I think it'll work. Yeah. I think this guy's ready to go. Yeah, I don't know. Not really anything interesting after this point, just me running the part, slicing things, so... drop this into its own folder. Scroll myself. brain failing me. What do I want to call this thing? We'll call it the... It's a name for the company. Not
I was in the
Kensington or
bar,
Keystone. What is it called?
and the park was noisy and
Kryptonite. Primary. Kryptonite.
I lay beside
Universal
someone.
Mount.
I can't remember who,
I don't remember the name. Flex frame U bracket. Okay.
but we were in love,
Better.
and life was exciting and
Flex frame Mount.
and the warm air
We'll call this the Better Flex frame
smelt
Mount.
of thunder. And I was
Easy breezy.
happy.
Alright. Thanks for watching. If you watched along in real time, if you're watching after the fact, hope you enjoyed it. If you learned something, shoot a message in the comments. If you want this model, I don't know, leave a comment, shoot me a message or something, and I'll see about getting up on printables or something. Obviously, all my modeling is SolidWorks, so if you want the originals, I'm sure I can find a way to get those to you. I don't like putting them up on printables just because it's a little weird. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Boink. Oh wait, there we go. Yes, that one. Okay.